Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. I'm your host, it's your boy. I am Soul, and you could probably guess that because my name's in the motherfucking title of the video. And I'm gonna be talking today about I don't have like any like format for this. Like I know I do like the songs I love, and I don't really have any of that for like a specific artist. I literally just want to do like a Good Morning Soul episode about this guy. And this guy is like, if you are familiar with the history of Soul Show and if you're a big Soul Show fanatic, then you already know this guy. But considering I don't think there's any of those other than me, I'm just going to introduce him anyway. And this guy is a producer, he is a maker of music, he has a lot of remixes, has a lot of original songs, and he will mix together a lot of songs, and he won't say like the samples he used, but he makes his own song out of it. But he's obviously like just taking a couple samples and making something much bigger with it. Doesn't even really matter. His name is NEET, and I discovered him maybe like a year before I started doing YouTube. So god damn, it's already been like 4 years. I want to say 3.5 years, just so I don't feel old. But basically, NEET, his first couple projects I heard him on, well, I'm going to give background. I heard of this guy because I was subscribed to a channel called Rev3 Games. It was a gaming channel. They did reviews. The Adam Sessler was on it, and there was also a guy on it called Nick Robinson. And Nick Robinson is like friends with NEET, and he used NEET's songs in the backgrounds of his videos. And I instantly was like, yo, like, what is that song in the background? That sounds magical. So I hit up his D-Box, I clicked on those links, I went to NEET's Bandcamp, and I instantly like tried to I know I've bought a couple of these. He's like put his entire library. He'll like once a year, like for a day, he'll just have all his shit for free. So that's like, I just did that once and got all of his albums. And yeah, ever since then, like I've been in love with this dude and his music. Like his presence on social media, like he just seems like a cool dude. He does Twitch streams. He does this NEET radio series, which is actually a genius concept, and I want to emulate it in some way, shape, or form. Like on Soul Music, that would be an amazing thing. I would love to do that, but I just don't know how to stream or shit. But basically on NEET radio, he would basically find like a bunch of artists and kind of like do like what other people do right now, which is just stream music. But he'd like literally be like a radio host and interject himself in between songs, and he'd have a bunch of shit popping up on screen, and he'd have like whenever there's like someone donates like little things, and I remember he had like on his like FO studio, he had like a little character dancing, and I remember my friend Solomon, who's a producer, once he saw that, he's like, you can get like a little guy to dance in the corner to react to your songs. He instantly had to figure out how to do it. And yeah, if I were to describe like this dude's music, it's like the most happy Asian music. Well, not all of it's like anime inspired, but a lot of it's just like really beautiful songs. Like if I were to like go on like the ultimate like high of my life, like into like some weird galaxy, and like the world was beautiful and I touch the truth, like if I enter like, and you know, in Full Metal Alchemist, the truth, when I enter those doors, like I assume it's probably a better experience than it was in Full Metal Alchemist. If that ever happened to me, it would be to NEET. It would be to his albums. His album Infinity, that's the only one I actually did a review for. But in, I think it was 2014, he released Infinity and Hanabai. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And both of those projects are like 9 out of 10s for me. They're both beautiful. I don't have them on repeat all the time, but they're like that like one, it's like the album you listen to every like month or two. Every couple of months you listen to it, and it's just like, and it's not that long. It's like, what, 12 tracks? Not even. It's probably like 10 tracks. and each of the songs are beautiful. And I remember the first track, Haru. That was like my favorite song for a hot minute. And if you watch my first review, it's actually the background like sound, because I hit him up. Like I was like, hey, can I just use your song for this video? And like I just kind of, I don't know why I assumed that he was gonna reply, and he never did. But I already edited the video, and I was really bad at editing videos back then, so I wasn't able to get rid of the song. So yeah, it was just kind of stuck there, even though I don't have permission for that. And I think I've used it, and I doubt he fucking cares, but I've used his songs like a couple of times. And they're just really fucking beautiful songs. He has one called Koi something. It's like the bonus track on this other project called 143. It's basically a sample of Childish Gambino's Heartbeat with like some other like Asian hip hop thing with his instrumental. That song is amazing. The prologue track, that's an amazing one. A lot of these songs I don't know how to say the names for. I just know how to like describe the like sound of it. Like, oh, that one song with like the girl going da da. There's the one song with Ariana Grande. Lately his more recent things have been like he's sampled like a couple like more like Ariana Grande, and he used to do like he would sample like Adele, stuff like that. And his newer stuff is a lot more like sentimental, like quiet beats with like really poppy vocals, but they're still matching the same kind of melancholy, happy feeling. And I've talked about this before, that like I really like happy, sad songs. Like I think those are like my two biggest emotions. I'm not that angry of a dude, but I'm definitely a sad boy, and I definitely obviously love being happy, because happiness, duh. And he has a lot of other projects. He has a Christmas album, A Kind of Neat Christmas, and I remember I had like that on in the background during one of my Christmases, and that's always good to have. I really like that project. Elsewhere, that's great. I should probably actually just pull this motherfucker up, but yeah, he like what you know how pretty much every producer has to have like a mask. His mask is like this bunny thing, and it's like it's iconic. It's iconic to me. And like whenever I see him do streams, like he's obviously like a huge nerd, a huge anime boy, like, and you know he's a NEET, he's a hikikomori of sorts. I'm scrolling through that. That probably sounds awful. I'm sorry about that. He obviously is very introverted, and like he'll write these random ass long posts like about himself sometimes, and it just hits you in the heartstrings once in a while. And you know, yeah, I fight for him. I buy all of his shit because he fucking deserves it. You know, he's a fucking cool dude making some cool beats, and I'm just stalling at this point while I scroll through all of this shit. Hold up. Wake EP. That was the name of it. I was trying to remember the name of that EP. Yeah, just really great stuff. And he'll release his projects like without samples. It'll be like Infinity sampleless version, and that will just show you like how much skill he's putting into it. Alice, Pretty Girl, those are both great songs. I remember back when I was like driving to school. Yeah, I guess it has been a minute since I discovered him, because I'm referencing when I went to school. But I remember going to high school, and that's when I like first discovered NEET. And I remember I had Haru, Prologue, Pretty Girl, and a couple other tracks on these CDs that I used to jam to all the time, and I would bump that shit on the way to work. I really like, even Haru like is a song that like obviously people get burned out on songs and don't enjoy them as much as they used to. It's a part of songs, but like Haru is a song I don't think like I'll ever like, you know how after a song gets burnt out, after a while it kind of just becomes like a white noise. Like, I think that's happened to some of my favorite songs. Like, I'll put it on, it's just kind of like, oh, it's like we're going through the motions again, and you know, it just doesn't hit as strong as it used to. But I feel like Haru is a song that like is always going to like kind of bring a smile to my face. Like, I'm going to remember like those times I jammed on the way to work. I'm gonna remember those videos where I used it in the background and stuff like that. And I would like to thank Nick Robinson just for introducing me through his videos, and you know, NEET, killing it. Seems like a really dope dude. I would love to get a conversation with him one day. I know I like hit him up on Twitter or something because I just wanted to interview him, but he never responded, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to, but I would love to get a conversation going with this dude. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, please, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remember to leave a link to NEET's music, but just search NEET Haru. That'll probably have a link to his YouTube channel, which will have a link to his other shit. He writes the E's in his name really weird, like, and that's made it like a bitch to search for him a lot of the time. Like, I'll just type in NEET, like, and I'm just like, he doesn't show up at all. Then the E's are like these weird little, it's like backwards 3s. So just keep that in mind when you're searching for him on the interwebs. But yeah, super. If I were to pick a favorite producer, like a favorite like EDM kind of guy, he'd easily be the #1. He's fucking great. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And with that, I leave.